we have thoughts and patterns in our mind that have been truth forever, and that we may think are unquestionable. In fact, I've met people who believe every thought and every way how they perceive the world is unquestionable. And we are in that mode so many times. For instance, when we tell ourselves,
I have no choice here. I have to do this. I have to take care of this child. My life is on hold until this person I'm caring for, child, mother, father, husband, sister, until that is resolved, my life is on hold. I have to do this. I hate it. I hate my life. I am miserable, but I have to do this.
and the truth is, no, you don't. You don't have to do anything. You think you do, but the truth is, you are choosing to do this. Oh my God, and when I say this to people, they're like,
No, I am not choosing this. This happened to me. It is the way it is. There's no choice in here. I have to do this.
So I used to believe in that. I used to function that way. I was beginning a program for my son and I needed volunteers. And so I was talking to people that were interested in coming and playing with Joaquin. And I remember a specific person that came. Her story was, what you're doing is so important. So important. It's so right. And it is not for me. I'm not the best person for you. And I said, okay, thank you for that. That is great. We hung up. And I remember the thought that came in my mind was,
She gets to pass on this and I don't. She gets to say, no thank you, and I don't. I have to be here. I have to be in this program. I have to be in my son's life doing this thing that other people just get to say, yeah, no, I have to.
oh my God, that thought is awful. Because I don't know if right away, or maybe a few weeks later, or months later, I don't know when, I questioned this one and I realized I don't have to do anything. I could right now get in a car, take my purse and leave, and never come back. I could leave my husband and my child right now, check in a hotel with a different name. I could move to another city, another country. I could change my name. I could begin a new life. I could marry again. I could forget about these people. I could do that. I can do that. And I don't want to, because I will lose my family, because I will not forget these people, because I love these two. And at some point I realized I have left them and they had to move on, and now I'm a stranger in their lives and I don't have a relationship with them anymore. I'm not the mother of Joaquin anymore. He probably hates me. I left him and I was not there to see him grow. And I don't want to do that. So the truth is, I choose to be here. I want to be here. And that changed everything. It changed everything. And it's a thought that it's shown up again in different ways, the have to's. And now it's just so easy for me to not believe. Anytime my mind says,
I have to.
I don't have to do anything. It's just, this is the best possible option among all the ones that my mind can figure out right now. This is the one that makes the most sense. This is the one that I think is best for me. For me, not for my son, not for my dying mother, not for my friend that needs me, not for any of the sacrifices that I'm saying to myself I'm making for others. It is for me. I'm never sacrificing myself. Everything I do, everything you do, believe me, you are doing maybe in some part for others, but mostly you're doing for yourselves. You're doing because it feels good to you. You're doing because you believe it's the right thing to do. You're doing it because it is the thing you choose to do, because you believe is what's best for you and your mind and your emotions and your sense of self. And whenever you're telling yourself you don't have a choice in this, you are lying. And you can stay there. You can stay there in this story, this
very sad movie that you have no choice.
and it sucks. And when you are done with that suffering, please believe me, there is a different way to look at this. There is a different way to go through the same experience you're choosing. The same experience you are choosing right now, you can live as I hate it, I don't choose it, I have to, or you can live it as the most amazing blessing, gift that anybody could be living. I've lived them both ways. I have lived being a stay-at-home mom as, oh my God, I get to be here. I get to do all these things. I get to wake up flexibly. I get to bake. I get to look and enjoy this kid. I don't have to deal with all the pressure and the deadlines and the politics and everything I hated when I worked. And I've also lived it as.
It's meaningless, it's ordinary, nobody's paying me for this, nobody appreciates it. It's the same old thing every day. I don't get the greatest stimulation and the fulfillment having finished this amazing project and knowing that people appreciate the work that I've done for them.
Both have been true. And now I know I get to choose which way I see it. And I don't always know which is the better way of seeing it. All I know is I'm seeing it one way and it could be seen in a million different ways. But in order to find that way that I can also believe, because that's the key, you have to believe it. Everything I'm saying is not about, oh, I'm afraid and I should not be afraid. Oh, I am unhappy and I should be happy. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid. There's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to be unhappy about. I should be happy. I can be happy. That does not work. It is what it is for as long as you believe what you believe. So the key is realizing I comes from something I'm believing right now. Am I in a spot where I could question that belief or just at least consider? What am I believing? Ask a few questions. Why do I believe that? Where did it come from? Is that the only way of looking at it? You know, like there's a whole inquiry process that goes into shifting the fixedness of these thoughts here. But you have to be willing to play with it. You have to be willing to at least notice, realize, oh, it's something I'm holding on to right now. And what does it look like? Because most times when you are suffering over a thought, it's the vague, general thought. But when you grab it, and when you start playing with it, and you get specific about what is it saying, and why is it saying that? Oh, it's because from this experience. Oh, okay, so that experience taught me this. And is it true right now? Once you get that specific, once you get that playful with those thoughts, sometimes you surprise yourself and you realize this is a very stupid thought, or this is a very specific way of looking at this, and I'm not sure, but it doesn't sound as resonant anymore with me. You start finding the flaws, you start finding the openings, the ways how you can shift this a little bit, and truly start believing something a little bit different that feels different. Most thoughts, most stories we hold are not true. They're just stories that our left brain creates. Jill Bolte Taylor wrote a book called My Stroke of Insight. She had a stroke. Her left hemisphere, blood flooded it. She lost her language. She lost every ability that the left hemisphere of the brain powers. And she had a very profound experience that lasted for months, and she noticed that the narrator was gone. There was no inner critic, there was no thought and interpretation, there was no language telling her what she was seeing and interpreting it. And when she recovered after months of therapy, when her left hemisphere came online, she noticed the voice pop one day and start to tell her again about the world. So, friends, I like that. I like to believe that really, every thought that shows up here is really just a thought. It's not true. And that when they hurt, we can change them. We can really change them. Not by force, but by questioning them. And first becoming aware that they're there and they are just options.